Is Tony Stewart right about the Daytona 500? On this week's episode of Front Stretch Happy Hour, hosts Trey Lyle, Dalton Hopkins, and Michael Massey are joined by PRN radio broadcaster Mark Garrow to dive into the future of Texas Motor Speedway. Afterward, the quartet react to Tony Stewart's recent opinions of the Daytona 500 and if the great American race has lost its spark as the three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion suggests. Additionally, they speak on the upcoming Netflix season of NASCAR, Full Speed, that releases on Wednesday, May 7th, and what they would like to see out of the new installment of the documentary. Finally, the group reacts to the news of Homestead Miami Speedway being announced as the championship race for 2026 and the subsequent rotating championship race format NASCAR announced earlier on Tuesday. Watch the whole show below or listen to the audio version wherever you get your podcasts. Former NASCAR driver and team owner Tony Stewart claimed that the iconic Daytona 500 race doesn't mean the same now as it did 15 to 20 years ago. Stewart, who recently clinched his first NHRA Top Fuel victory, acknowledged that he would likely be crucified by a lot of people for his opinion. During an appearance on the Rub-In Is Racing podcast, Below, the former Stewart Haas Racing co-owner explained, "When it comes to Daytona, now I'm going to be crucified by a lot of people for this. In my eyes, it doesn't mean the same now as it did 15 to 20 years ago. Anybody can win. I mean, you look at some of the guys that won the Daytona 500. I don't want to go into the list of guys because they're guys that I do respect and have friendships with, but they're not guys that should have won the Daytona 500 and they've won the Daytona 500 and that's all they've won. They may have won one or two races outside of that. We won 49 Cup races, Jeff Gordon won 75 Cup races, Richard Petty won 200 Cup races. Anybody in the field can win the Daytona 500 now. As much as it's a crown jewel, I would still go back, and I would trade some of my race wins to get the Daytona 500.